Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's World News Update. World leaders gathered in Munich, Germany for Europe's biggest annual security and defense conference. Among them were French President Emmanuel Macron, German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, and UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer. But the main question on everyone's mind was simple: is the United States still a strong ally of Europe? All eyes were on U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who delivered the keynote speech at the conference. Many in the audience were wondering whether Rubio would repeat last year's strong criticism of Europe made by U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance, or whether he would take a softer tone. At first, Rubio's speech sounded tough. He criticized Europe's free trade policies, mass migration policies, and climate strategies. He even used the phrase climate cult, arguing that certain green policies were harming America's economy. He also criticized the United Nations, saying it had failed to solve major global conflicts, including the wars in Gaza and Ukraine. For the first few minutes, the mood in the room was tense, but then Rubio changed his tone. He told European leaders, "Our destiny will always be intertwined with yours." He made it clear that the United States does not want to end the Transatlantic alliance. He said, "The end of the Transatlantic era is neither our goal nor our wish." Rubio emphasized shared history and cultural ties between the U.S. and Europe. He even referenced famous European icons like Shakespeare, Mozart, and the Rolling Stones, which drew light laughter from the audience. However, he also warned that the U.S. has no interest in being a caretaker of the West's managed decline, suggesting that Europe must strengthen itself economically and militarily. At the end of the speech, about half the audience stood up to applaud. Many European leaders appeared relieved. The European Union's top diplomat, Kaja Kallas, described the speech as positive and said Europeans were reassured that the alliance remains strong. However, she also admitted that policy differences still exist between Washington and European capitals. One major issue remains the war in Ukraine. While both sides agree that Europe should take more responsibility for its own defense, some European officials privately expressed frustration that former President Donald Trump has not applied enough pressure on Russia to end the conflict. The Ukraine war is now entering its fifth year, and tensions remain high. In summary, Rubio's speech signaled that U.S.-Europe relations may be strained, but they are far from broken. The alliance is bruised, but still intact. The coming months will show whether the United States and Europe can overcome their differences and strengthen their partnership in a time of global uncertainty. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more world news updates.